So apparently this is just the way it's going to be from now on. The sack looms over bottom with Adana Demirspor up next. The Kasımpaşa hierarchy appear to be finally losing patience with manager Nick Bottom, according to the Turkish Football Express. They're declaring that a bad result against Adana Diaz in the forthcoming Super League match could seal his fate. No rest for the weary, we are back in action. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number 21 of Bottom to the Top, and this could very well be our last match in Turkey, and we literally haven't even played a match since the last episode, coming off the back-to-back losses against the bottom table sides in Bodrum and Fatih Karagümrük. And we start the month of December with our job once again on the line. The reason being we have fallen back into the relegation zone because of both of the teams that we played clawed their way up, only 2 points off of the bottom. I mean, we could be safe. We could actually be as high as 13th with a victory, but Adana Demirspor, 22 points, currently sitting in 7th place. They've won 7, we've won 3. Our locker room atmosphere is still in the toilet. This could be really, really bad, and we may have to go back to a job search for the second time in less than 6 months. And we are really pulling out what is our best 11, even though they just played a couple of days ago. Probably going to be a little tired by the end of it, but we really have no choice. We cannot rotate the squad in this situation. It's going to be Nicholas in goal, a back three of Damjoni, Omeryu, and Uğurcan. Khan is going to be on the left wing back, even though he hates us and is very unhappy. Claudio Vink on the right. It's going to be Diak and Gomis in the middle. The reason being, Dries Siddiqui picked up a yellow card in the last match. He has been suspended for this one. Harris and Youssef in the attacking midfield. And Ali Demirel is going to be leading the line as our striker. Come on, boys. Keep us up. I mean, we did consider a change of tactic, but when everything is on the line, we decided to go with what the team currently knows best. And we are on the road against Adana Demirspor, a much bigger club than us, a team with more success this year than us. And even the 1 point we're getting from the draw, since we are currently still at 0-0, is not enough to get us out of the relegation zone. We are winless in our last 3 matches, and we're currently being outshot 5-0. The run of play going completely Adana Demirspor's way right now. I come into this episode with the same mindset as the last, as our team is just, Moritz Nicholas with a 7.0 rating is far and away our best player on the pitch. 6 shots to 0, and the team is just uninspired. We never really had them this season, and we appear to have lost them completely. We've done our best to try to inspire the team. At halftime, Khan is out. Aktas is in as our left wing back. Hopefully he just will show a little bit of inspiration. 60 minutes in, though, and we still do not have a shot on goal. A draw in this match would actually be a good result on a normal day. Is it going to be enough to save our skins at Kasımpaşa? I just don't know. Tired legs out on the pitch all over the place, and I don't know if there are any moves that will really help us. Suleiman's going to come in for Youssef. Harris is also very tired and not having a great match. Erdem will take his place, and Juan Manuel Cabrera will come in at right wing back in place of Claudio Vink. Let's just see if we can get out of this with the result intact. 1 shot on goal, and it's going to be a corner. The first highlight of the match, and it is cleared away. Grimaldo, though, is going to track it down. I mean, they've got Grimaldo in there. I mean, how can we compete with guys like that? It goes over Nicholas, off of the post, cleared away, and oh my goodness, Niang called for offside. Woo, we just escaped with one there, I think. Lamine Diack not having a great game. Iron Gomis actually doing fairly well. 85 minutes have been played. Let's encourage our team. Yeah, I mean, just like 37% possession, 0.14 XG, 2 shots on goal now, as 3 minutes have been added on. The one highlight we saw went for the other team, but they failed to score. We failed to do just about anything, but we escape with a 0-0 draw. Will it be enough? We'll find out, won't we? Well, we appear to still be employed. Is that the benchmark that we're going to use for the rest of our time in Turkey? Are we still employed tomorrow? Okay, we're still employed tomorrow. Let's go. So we have got Rizespor coming up in just a couple of days. We're resting our players. Rizespor, however, coming off a massive 3-1 victory over Besiktas, which the Besiktas in 4th place. Rizespor now currently in 8th on 18 points. We did beat them in the first round of the Turkish Cup. Can we make it 2 for 2? Can we keep our job if we do? Our dynamics do continue to improve. We are now down to 14 players who oppose us. It was 10 before the last match. But still, all of our team leaders and highly influential players, yeah, they're not fans. Although, to be fair, sticking around, maybe not the best for us long term anyway, as our youth intake preview has come out. And it says it's average, but that is most definitely below average. Anyway, just a couple of changes for the home matchup against Rizespor. It's our first time meeting them in the league. Again, we did beat them in the first round of the Turkish Cup on the road, so we are actually favored to win this match, which could be the kiss of death. 2 changes to be made. Nicholas is going to stay in goal. The back 3 of Damjoni, Ugurskan, and Omeru is going to remain in place as well. Adnan Aktas is going to take the place of Khan, whose unhappiness is just starting to cause problems all over the place. So he's going to be our left wing back. Claudio Vink on the right-hand side. Siddiqui is back in after serving his 1-game suspension. He'll be paired with Lamine Diack, and it's going to be Harrison Youssef on the attacking midfield, with Ali playing more of a pressing forward role, which I think he's a little more suited for, not really that target forward type that we were playing him before. So that was a mistake that hopefully we can rectify and will make things just so much better for us. At least that is the hope. We are winless in our last 5. We've only won once in our last 5 home matches. Hopefully we get more than just the 2 shots on goal. It's a breezy 59-degree day in Istanbul. And so far through the first 10 minutes, not a single shot. So our defense was our highlight in the last match. Let's hoping they can shine through once again, as a shot from range is going to just sail over everything. So the first attempt of the match going for Rizespor, at least in the first highlight. There is actually 1 shot on goal apiece. We're winning the XG battle 0.05 to 0.01. The things that you love to see. I mean, the point would, again, not take us out of the relegation zone. Currently sitting on 13 points. This is our 15th match of the season. We do have just a couple of more to go before the year turns over, before we hit January, before we hit the second half of the season. And we've got Trabzonspor currently sitting in 4th place up next. So we do not want our career on the line at that point. Minchev playing it ahead for Mary will drop it back to Mithat. Maya with it, picking up a slight knock. Right wing feed for Aliyoin. Maya with a shot, and he beats Nicholas. Oh my God. 3rd goal of the year for Maya. These shots that we are giving up are not impressive. And the fact that it comes in the final minute or so of added time in the first half is just an absolute backbreaker. Turkey's been fun for these couple of months, but I think our journey may be moving on. 5-3, your shots on goal in the first half. 51% possession in favor of Rizespor, and they're leading us where it counts. 1-0 on the scoreboard. Could be our final 45 minutes in charge of Kasımpaşa. Trying to change up the mindset for the second half. Erdem is coming on in place of the captain, Harris, hoping to add a little bit more of a kick. He's very motivated to play well in this match. So far, the team is actually in a pretty good mental spot, even though in the first 15 minutes of the second half, not a single shot on goal, but the match momentum starting to swing our way. Let's throw out some additional encouragement as things have started to fall apart a little bit mentally. Still trailing 1-0 now in the 73rd minute. Iran Gomes is going to come in for Diak, who is just not feeling it right now, even though he was fired up by the feedback. Adnan Aktas is not having a great game. Juan Manuel Cabrera, even though he's naturally a right back, he's going to come in on the left-hand side. Hopefully we can get a little something done with him. I really don't know what to do. We're going to move Siddiqui into more of an attacking role. Let's see if we can get something going with these two changes. This will be the fourth match in a row, if we fail to score, that we have not put the ball in the back of the net. 10 minutes left to go. Siddiqui gaining control along the far sideline. Challenged by Filipovic. Donjoni throwing it forward. He's going to not find his man, but Gomez picking up the clearance, carrying it forward, shooting and missing. Oh, our best opportunity. Our only highlight we've seen in the entire episode, and it goes a-begging into the stands. We're gonna go very attacking. We've got really no choice. We have managed to outshoot Rizespor 12-8. And it's going to be a free kick for Claudio Vink from a very dangerous position. He goes for it. Tark with the save. Omeru with the header on, and it goes right at Tariq. We've hit full time. We just lost 1-0. Again. 3 consecutive matches that we failed to score. 1-0 loss, 0-0 draw, 1-0 loss. And we had no budget. We were already spending above what we've been given for a wage bill coming in. Anything we had in our transfer budget, we had to move in. We had no depth at defensive midfield, so we had to bring in 2 guys in that position just to make the team not revolt from the get-go before the season even started. So, well, we still have a job once we get back to our office. Well, on the plus side, we are not sacked yet, but the board would like to hold a meeting regarding our position at the club. My performance hasn't been good enough, and my position is under serious threat. Failure to attend the meeting will result in the board terminating our contract. They're still very concerned about our lack of support. Still very disappointed about the 4-1 loss against Bodrum, as are we. Very disappointed about the 1-0 loss against Fatih Karagümrük, as are we. Now, they are buoyed by the 2-2 draw against Galatasaray. They're liking the 3-1 win over Aliyanaspor and the 2-0 victory over Hatayspor, who also is in a bad position. But we've got a tough run-in of games coming up as we look at our schedule. Trabzonspor currently sitting in 4th. Başakşehir in 5th. And then Kocaelispor, which is where we started the season, currently ahead of us in 14th. Then Fenerbahce in 2nd. Even if we ask for more time, there's no guarantee. So let's go and attend this meeting and see where we stand. We're not happy with your current performance or considering your position at the club, says Mehmet. We would like to know why you think the team have performed so badly. We can ask them to compromise and say we've had a lot of injuries, which honestly really isn't the case. I mean, Ben Wallace being off at AFCON is not helping. We have a bit of a weakness right now at the left back position, even though that really from what we've seen in the last couple of matches, hasn't been exploited. We've had a really hard fixture list recently. We haven't. In fact, the hardest match that we had was against Galatasaray, and we drew that one. We lost against teams that were behind us in the table, so we really can't say that. I think it looks worse than it is. We played really well, but the form table doesn't show that. Stick to the plan and everything will work out fine. That is probably going to be the answer we give, because honestly, in a lot of respects, that is the truth. It hasn't been that bad. Our defense played well. We've given up 2 goals in our last 3 matches. And considering we are one of the worst defensive teams, or we were, coming in to this little stretch, I think that's been pretty good. I appreciate things have been going exactly to plan, but our next few fixtures look far more favorable. No, they definitely not. Looking at how hard our upcoming fixture list is, a new manager would be in for a rude awakening, so I'm the best person for the job right now. That actually could be our answer. We can make a promise. I'll hold up my hands and admit that we're not been great, but if you grant me 1 more month, no, 1 month's not going to do it, because if they grant it and they hold us to 1 month, with the fixture list we have coming up, I don't know. I think we're going to appeal to their better angels and say that if not us, whoever else they bring in is not going to be fine. You make a fair point that now is not an ideal time for a change, so you may carry on for the time being, but we're expecting to see some signs of improvement, which I feel like there have been. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, so hopefully we can continue to work together to build a positive future for this club. So we're not going anywhere just yet. Hopefully things get a little bit better. Hopefully when we return in January, we're still here. If not, we'll be back looking for another job. So who knows what the next episode is going to hold. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when the next episode of Bottom to the Top is. Do we stay in Turkey? Do we leave? We're not leaving unless we are forced out, but that very well may happen by the time you tune in tomorrow. So we'll see where we are. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.